do, ladies and gentlemen? It is the Vulgar One, the Vulgar Son, the Vulgar Desperado, coming to you today with a game review. Yes, the Blue Blur is back. Sonic the Hedgehog and Sonic Frontiers. Got it here on PS5. Gonna go into a little game review today. Not much on the story, so no real spoilers. I just got the game, you know what it is. So we're gonna be kind of talking about gameplay and giving you my thoughts and opinions on it. But before we get into it, you know what to do. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. Really appreciate it. Thank you very much. So for those that don't know, Sonic is back with his first open world video game. If you don't count all those fan-made games on the internet here, you can probably check them out on YouTube. But this is Sega's first attempt in the whole open world genre. Now, arguably, some might say Sonic Adventure back on Dreamcast was a little open worldy. You know, Sonic gets to talk to some NPCs and walk around. But this is technically speaking, I guess, its first real attempt at it. And I gotta say, I actually enjoy it, you know. I haven't really checked out others' reviews, so I don't know what the general consensus is. And honestly, I don't give a fuck. I think this is actually a fun game that many fans, Sonic fans in particular, are going to enjoy. You know, you got some new faces here, you got some old faces, and again, I'm, just starting the game, so, I got a lot more to explore, but so far, gotta say, this is a pretty big map. Lots to run in, lots of places for Sonic to explore, and it's pretty exciting so far. So, one of the things that I think is going to be the standout point is the gameplay. So as you can see, it's a very open world game, and when I first heard that they were going to do open world for Sonic, I was very kind of confused at how that would work, honestly. I mean, open world is fun. It's not something I need as a gamer, but, I do enjoy it in the right context. And here, I mean, especially when you first watch it, there's no people, it's just a giant-ass island. You're kind of like, all right, well, how's this going to work? And I did think it worked well. There's a lot to explore, a lot of random mini games, a lot of things to collect. So for those people that do really like open world games and collecting shit like that, there's a lot here for you. Another thing that I found kind of, I was curious if it was going to be enjoyable was the combat system. Sonic is like an anime character in that he can fight really, really well. He has all kinds of moves, and, he's a lot more than just a dude, or a hedgehog, I should say, that runs the fuck around. So, as you can see in the game, he's got all kinds of new attacks, all kinds of new power-ups, and I think they did that really well. I think they actually encompassed Sonic as that anime character level of fighting in this game. I think they do a very good job of showing that Sonic is a badass other than just being super, super fast. But speaking of going fast, fans of classic Sonic that just want to run and break the records here will be happy to know that in this open world game, they did not take away the classic style of Sonic play where you race around on these different kinds of levels. It's kind of interesting how they did it with the open world. I guess if you want to call it a spoiler, you just kind of go into the digital world where you play these type of levels here, and they kind of have vibes of classic levels, and again, got to get more into the story to kind of figure out why they're like that, but I do enjoy somewhat of the callbacks, if you will. But it's pretty cool that they didn't get rid of that. Sometimes when people try to take new directions, they kind of get rid of some of the old flavor, but we all know why we play fucking Sonic. It's not for the nasty-ass DeviantArt fans. So, alright, we play it here to go fast, and Sonic is hella fast in this game, I even got to get used to it myself, get my speed up, clock these times, and get these S ranks. So it's a wonderful game in the gameplay in that level, honestly. One thing I do like about the gameplay that, I guess is kind of maybe a knock on it, but I kind of actually enjoyed it, is that it, while being simplistic in the general, hey, I've played Sonic before, I know what I'm doing, it still gives a bit of a challenge, if you're not pushing the right button at the right time, if you're, because you're trying to go fast, a lot of these levels, sometimes they're like, hey, beat this shit in 55 seconds, and you're like, fuck, haven't played Sonic in a long ass time, so I found that kind of cool that even though, it's Sonic, it's not like, some Elden Ring, like a very difficult type of game. It still has, fun in the sense that, okay, well, I'm not perfect. I'm not easily murking this game. It's just not a cakewalk. There are going to be times and opportunities for me as the player to mess up because I am trying to go so fast. And I think that's kind of cool. I mean, like right here is a perfect example. Going too fast, pushed the wrong button, and then I fucking fell off, and I gotta try that shit again. So to me personally, I like that kind of stuff because not only does it, make me be a better gamer, it doesn't make the game too easy. So once again, there's a lot to do in this game, a lot to collect, and as you'll see right here, it does boost up Sonic's stats in typical open world RPG kind of fashion. Tons and tons of mini games, tons and tons of different activities for you to do to, again, boost your character, but to also open up the map, open up the world, and explore more. And I wouldn't say that it's tedious. Some games, all the mini games and all that stuff can feel like a pain in the ass. And granted, I am in the beginning of the game, but so far I'm enjoying it. It blends well into the game I mean, like, it's a necessity to play these games. And then in some cases you probably don't have to, as the game progresses. But right now it's a nice blend of it where, it doesn't feel like some tedious, arduous task where I'd rather just be doing the running levels and stuff. They blend it in to the point where, the mini games are almost the game. As you'll see right here, this little time test they have, again, it opens up the map, but it's fun to play because not only are you getting to run around like, typical Sonic fashion, there's a point to it, other than just, getting the rings and getting the Chaos Emeralds, like there's more fun, more accomplishments to accomplish. Sorry. I don't want to make this video too long here, but I would be remiss to not mention these like boss fight kind of battles with these new giant robot things. It's pretty cool and exciting. Again, kind of harkening back to, some of Sonic's like animes where, you're seeing him do a little bit more outrageous shit. I mean, even in some, obviously, the previous Sonic games, again, I'm looking at Sonic Adventure 2 here where he went Super Saiyan and went to space, It's fun to kind of play more with a stronger ability, if you will, like Sonic, like because the game is, PS5, the latest systems, he's able to do a lot more of the things that you would only be able to watch in a cutscene. Sonic's able to run on walls, run up these robots, and do all different kinds of abilities to take down his enemies, and I think that's pretty fun. I think that's kind of cool. Again, just kind of showcasing the character of Sonic, showing that he's got more to him than just fast feet. So definitely, one of the better parts of this are these boss battles because they're pretty outrageous, and some of the things that these robots are doing and just some of the things that Sonic is doing. Now, one thing I gotta talk about before I end this video, and hopefully you made it this long to hear this part, is the music. Okay, I don't know, I mean, listen, outside of like Final Fantasy and maybe some other game series, Sonic the Hedgehog has some of the best music in video game history, in my personal opinion, and some of my homies' opinions. But, especially from the Sonic Adventure 2 days, like, they've had really killer soundtracks. I don't give a fuck what anybody says. Live and Learn is a bop. And this right here, I'm going to play a couple little samples from different parts of the games where I'm like, yo, some of the background music is hitting. So there you go, as my review of Sonic Frontiers. Overall, I do enjoy the game. I think so far so good. I Was a little skeptical on the open world factor, but I think they did it right for who Sonic is and for the Sonic fans out there. I think if you are a Sonic fan, you will enjoy it. I think there's a lot to do and a lot more to discover. So you're not going to find yourself bored, and you're definitely not going to find yourself bored trying to beat the time records and the fast mode of it, if you will. But let me know your thoughts. Is this something that you're going to check out? Something on your Christmas list? Something that you're going to want to play eventually? I know God of War is out now as I'm making this video, and I will be making a video on God of War and definitely getting to play that here too. But don't skip Sonic. I think Sonic is a really fun game. It's one of my favorite franchises. It's been around for a long time for a reason. So let me know your thoughts in the comments. Let me know what you think. You're going to get this, or is all your time and efforts going to God of War? But you know what it is, the Vulgar One, the Vulgar Son, Vulgar Desperado, repping the Jabber Jaws, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.